And we're back. Any audio input now? And we're back. Any audio input now? All right. What a great way to get started with this broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I do apologize for the end user incompetence over here with the technical difficulties. I believe I accidentally muted my headset microphone, and that was the cause for the problem. But I'm glad you're all with me now, and I'm glad you can hear me. As I opened up the broadcast, um, ironically enough, I was thanking everybody for being involved in this channel. I have reached 102 subscribers on the channel. I am honored and flattered that so many folks want to share in this game streaming experience on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And I was just giving out all of the kudos to the folks who helped me get started. How Red Sox fan inspired me to do this. Ron Juckett helped me through the way. Um, just to get things rolling. Original Grognard helped me with my very first broadcast. Sports Time Machine has been providing all kinds of great feedback and advice along the way. And Dave Gardner has been a great supporter of this channel, and all those who have supported and advised me along the way. And now I am hearing that the input is blurry. The sound is good and the video is blurry. Refresh. Refresh on the OBS or refresh how? How shall I refresh? Oh, okay. So it's Dave Garner who needs to refresh. And I am doing good. Okay. On screen now we have a playoff update from the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League playoffs. This is the gold tier, the championship tier of the playoffs. Tonight we will see Atlanta take on Milwaukee in Milwaukee. The Hawks are decided underdogs in this. Milwaukee has gone 20 and 0 in the regular season, as you all know. They swept Detroit 3-0 and took the first game at home against Atlanta. So the Milwaukee Bucks are currently 24 and 0 and on their way to potentially a 30 and 0 perfect season championship. If they win two more games against Atlanta, that'll put them in the finals, which are best 4 out of 7. So they need a total of 6 more wins. And I don't know if the Hawks will be the team to challenge that. Up in the top bracket of the gold tier, we have the New York Knicks taking on the Cincinnati Royals. The Royals have been something of an upstart. They came from the silver tier, had to win their way into the gold tier of the playoffs, then took 3 in a row after losing the first game at Los Angeles. And now the Royals are tied 1-1 with the New York Knicks. So the winner of that Cincinnati and New York series will head to the finals to face the winner of this series for the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League Championship. So tonight's game will be the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Milwaukee Bucks at Milwaukee Arena. And let's bring the game up onto the screen. And we have the Hawks starting lineups. Question from Clinton Parks. Even though this is a mini season, have you ever had a totally undefeated team? To answer your question, Clinton, this is the very first season of the Epic Basketball League. So this would be a tough act to follow for anybody. Thanks for your question. So this would be the first completed season in the Epic Basketball League, and if the Bucks can go 30 and 0, that will be a record that will stand for the ages, ostensibly. So the Hawks starting lineup. The point guard is Walt Hazzard, the veteran out of UCLA, and he is joined in the backcourt by the flashy rookie Pete Maravich out of Louisiana State University. He was the third overall pick, first team all-rookie in the NBA season, averaged 19.7 points here in this replay. Lou Hudson is the team's leading scorer at the small forward position. He was 8th in the league at 23.1 points per game. Two rebounding studs down low for the Hawks in Bill Bridges, 12.4 rebounds per game, and Walt Bellamy, the center, who also put up 10.3 rebounds a game for the Hawks. The Hawks finished 4th in the gold division, just barely keeping their status in the gold division. They got the last spot ahead of relegation, and they are here with a very, very tough matchup in the gold tier semifinals, taking on the undefeated Milwaukee Bucks, who are led by their two superstars, point guard Oscar Robertson and the center and league MVP Lou Alcindor. Alcindor was number 2 in the league at scoring at 31.3 points per game, adding 12.1 rebounds per game. Robertson put up 18 points and 8.8 assists per game, second best in the league. And Bob Dandridge, 15.6 rebounds per game, is another spark to this Milwaukee team. And they will be in the starting lineups along with the power forward Greg Smith and the shooting guard, the popular John McLaughlin, now the color analyst for the Milwaukee Bucks Radio Network. So that is your starting lineups, and we are ready to rock and roll. Thank you again, everybody, for hanging in with the technical difficulties to start the game. The Atlanta Hawks have controlled the tap, moving from right to left on your computer screen, and they are going to look right away to their offensive spark plug, Pistol Pete Maravich. Hazard passes to Maravich on the perimeter, and Maravich hits the first shot of the game. 2-0 Hawks.
From Hazard.
Give the assist to Hazard on the play. Back comes Milwaukee. Alcindor is open, but he's a little far out on the baseline. So they are going to look down low to Bobby Dandridge. Dandridge in the lane, posts up against Hudson. Good look inside, nothing but net for Dandridge. Very effective on that low block, especially against smaller opponents. So he will have, Lou Hudson is going to have his hands full with Bobby Dandridge on the inside tonight. 2-2 ball game. Atlanta looks inside to Bill Bridges. Camping out in the low post. His turnaround jump shot is good. And the Hawks once again have a 2-point lead. Coming back now is Robertson. Comes off the pick from Dandridge. Gets into the lane, jump shot no good. Rebound on the play goes to Maravich. And back come the Hawks. Walt Hazzard directing the offense. Looks around, swings it over to Maravich on the perimeter. Maravich is going to put it on the floor. Can he get into the lane? He gets into the lane, but it's swiped away by Dandridge. Nice defense by Dandridge. Milwaukee has numbers in transition the other way with Oscar Robertson leading the charge. Robertson gets it to Dandridge. Dandridge to McLaughlin. Layup no good. Hazard got him with the body, and it will be McLaughlin to shoot 2 for Milwaukee. McLaughlin, a very good free throw shooter on the NBA season, 86.2%, and he converts the first. Second shot for McLaughlin is up and good, and we're tied. 4-4 ball game. Walt Hazzard brings the Atlanta offense back. Works the ball around the perimeter. Hudson with a tough defensive matchup out there. Now he comes off the switch, and he has a mismatch against Lou Alcindor. They're going to look for Hudson on the perimeter. Can he get one up over the big man? Yes, he does, and he scores it. Hudson put up 38 for Milwaukee in game one for Atlanta in game one of the series. But he was the only effective member of the Atlanta Hawks as they fell to the Bucks in game one of the series. Here come the Bucks. They're going to look once again to McLaughlin on the perimeter. Deep jump shot by McLaughlin is good. And it's a 6-6 ball game. Boy, if they get production out of McLaughlin, that's going to be one more weapon that the Hawks are going to have to contend with. Atlanta looks out to Maravich on the perimeter. Shoots the 15-footer. It's good.
Maravich.
Both teams very effective from the field in the first 2 minutes of play. Somewhat surprising for Atlanta, as the Milwaukee Bucks were the best defensive team in this replay, 96.1 points per game, far and away the most effective defense. Milwaukee's going to look inside once again to Dandridge, working on the low block. He's got Hazard on the mismatch. Can they get it down to him? They swing it around, they get it down into him. The leaner from in close is blocked away by Bellamy on the help side. Bellamy takes the rebound, and the Hawks have an opportunity in transition. It's 2-on-2. It's Maravich and Hudson. They're going to attack the basket. Hudson takes it into the lane, puts it up and good.
Hudson from Maravich.
The Hawks have hit their first 5 field goal attempts of this game and have taken a 10-6 lead in the first 2 minutes of play. Robertson leading the offense, calls his own number, gets it down to Alcindor. Alcindor's skyhook will not go down. And on the rebound, we've got a loose ball foul, and that is going to go against Alcindor. One shot for Walt Bellamy. Bellamy, a highly mediocre free throw shooter. And his attempt here tonight is good. He hits the first. And the beat rolls on for the Atlanta Hawks as they're up now 11-6 on the Bucks. But it's a long game ahead, and the Hawks and Coach Richie Guerin know that they're going to have to play their best game to keep up with the powerhouse Milwaukee Bucks here tonight. Alcindor, they're looking to him on the post. He's well defended by Walt Bellamy. So they swing it back around to McLaughlin, who's off to a good start on the perimeter. They get it over to Dandridge. Dandridge from the baseline puts it up and good. 11-8 ball game now. Hawks with the lead and the basketball. Once again, they look to Maravich. He's the open man. His jump shot is good. Hawks are now 6 for 6 from the field.
From Hazard.
And they are lighting it up. 13-8 ball game. Milwaukee finally gets a look inside for Alcindor, but Alcindor loses it out of bounds for the turnover. Atlanta basketball. Hazard sets up the offense. Directing traffic. Gets the inbound pass from Bridges. Once again, the look is going to be for Maravich on the perimeter. And it's kicked away out of bounds, but Atlanta will retain possession. 12 on the shot clock. Atlanta to inbound. They look out to Hazard. Hazard can't find space against the long arms of Oscar Robertson, so he swings it around the perimeter. They get it over to Hudson. Hudson's going to attack the glass. Shot clock winding down. He drives into the lane, lays it up and good. Hudson got around Bobby Dandridge on that one, and it is now a 15-8 ball game, and the Hawks have hit their first 7 field goal attempts. Alcindor crowded on the post by Bellamy. Bellamy doing a good job denying Alcindor on the low post. They work it around once again to John McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the jump shot. It's no good, off iron. Alcindor catches the offensive rebound. Alcindor puts it back up with the left hand, and it's good.
Alcindor.
Nice follow by Alcindor. 15-10 now. Hawks with the 5-point lead. Atlanta setting the offense through Hazard. Hazard swings it over to Maravich. Maravich this time is going to step around McLaughlin into the lane. He penetrates. He's met there by Alcindor. He's forced to pull up for the short jump shot, and Alcindor blocked it. Actually, Smith got the piece of it. A battle for the rebound. Bellamy takes the rebound. Bellamy with the putback attempt. Puts it up with both hands, and it's swatted away and stolen by Alcindor. Good inside defense by the Bucks on that play to deny the second shot opportunity. And that is the first missed field goal of the game, that block shot by Greg Smith. Smith now wants it on the low post. Working inside against Bridges. They get it to him down low. Can they find him down there? Alcindor gets it in the corner. As they could not get it to Smith, Alcindor tried to take it to the hoop, and it was stolen away by Hazard. Good defense on the other end by Atlanta. And here come the Hawks. They look once again to Maravich. Open on the perimeter. Shoots from the wing, no good. Ball bounces out of bounds and goes over to the Bucks. 7:36 now to play in the first quarter, with the Hawks continuing to lead by 5. Milwaukee sets the offense. McLaughlin once again has some space against Maravich as the Bucks sag down on defense. What's McLaughlin going to do? He dumps it back over to Robertson. Back over to McLaughlin on the wing. McLaughlin finds Smith inside. Back to Robertson. Shot clock running down. McLaughlin on the perimeter tries to take it baseline, but he walked with it. A little too much cutesy pie swinging the ball around on the perimeter. McLaughlin was forced to try to force one into the baseline and walked with it as the shot clock was about to expire. Ball goes back over to the Hawks. Richie Guerin shouting instructions from the bench, encouraging his team. Bridges open inside. They can't get it to him. They don't like that matchup. They swing it back to Maravich on the perimeter. Maravich once again is going to attack the lane. He drives to the basket, kisses it off the glass, and good.
Maravich from Bellamy.
8 points already for Maravich in the first 5 minutes of this ball game, and the Hawks are once again up 17-10, 7-point lead for Atlanta. Milwaukee, no more cutesy stuff this time. They're going to go right inside to Alcindor. Alcindor gets double teamed down low, kicks it back out to Robertson. Robertson's tied up by Bridges, and he's called for the travel. Very effective defense by the Hawks on that possession. And Atlanta now has a chance to open up a 9-point lead. That would be their biggest of the game. Hazard directing traffic. Doesn't have anything on the first rotation. Resets the offense, 15 on the shot clock. Working against Walt Hazard, working against Oscar Robertson. Hazard looks to dish it off. He gets it to Hudson on the baseline. Hudson's going to attack the glass. And it's stolen away by McLaughlin. Good defense by McLaughlin. Good team defense by the Bucks on that play. Milwaukee with an opportunity in transition. Robertson leads the break. He cuts it in aggressively to the basket. Dishes it off to Dandridge, and it's behind him. Robertson threw it behind Bobby Dandridge, out of bounds, Atlanta basketball. Missed opportunity for the Bucks in transition. Atlanta once again sets up, looking over to Hudson on the wing. Hudson's working against Dandridge. Dandridge, very good perimeter defender. Hudson's fadeaway jumper from the corner is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Oscar Robertson. Second team foul on Milwaukee, and it will be Hudson to the line shooting 2. First shot by Hudson is up and good. Fifth-year man out of the University of Minnesota, and as I mentioned, the leading scorer for the Hawks on the season. Hudson with the second shot is good. And that is 8 for Hudson to go with 8 for Maravich. And Atlanta has opened up a 19-10 lead midway through the opening quarter. Atlanta sets up on the defense. Milwaukee's going to look inside to Dandridge once again. Dandridge posts up over Hudson and scores
Dandridge
again.
From Robertson.
All the work that's getting done is getting done by Dandridge and McLaughlin. Alcindor's only got 2 points. Robertson yet to score for the Bucks, who still trail by 7. Atlanta runs the pick and roll. They've got Bellamy inside open with the mismatch against Robertson, and Bellamy converts that. And it's now 21-12. Hawks by 9. Bucks are going to look inside. Can they find Alcindor down low? He gets the ball inside. The short jump shot misses, no good. But a foul is called on Hudson on the play. Second team foul on the Hawks, first on Hudson, and it will be Lou Alcindor shooting 2 for the Bucks. First shot for Alcindor is good. Alcindor adjusting the goggles. Sets himself for the second shot and converts. 4 points for Alcindor. Hawks now lead 21-14. Atlanta back on the offense. They look inside again to Bellamy. Bellamy's short jump shot is no good. Rebound on the play will be taken by Bellamy, keeping it alive with his own rebound. His short follow-up shot is blocked away from behind by Alcindor. Nice defense by Lou Alcindor. That's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Atlanta basketball. 21 on the shot clock. Bill Bridges has the ball inside, working against Greg Smith. Bridges with the floater, and that one's blocked by Alcindor, but it manages to go through any. Actually, they call Alcindor for the goaltend on that block shot. Give the assist to Maravich, and give the basket to Bridges. It's now 23-14. Robertson sets things up for the Bucks. He gets it over to McLaughlin on the wing. McLaughlin's going to pull the trigger. He's got room, and it's around and out. Pass no good, shot no good. Rebound comes down to Bridges. And in the scrum, we've got a loose ball foul on the play, and that's going to go against Bobby Dandridge. It'll be one shot for Walt Hazard. And Hazard misses that one. And the rebound is taken by Dandridge. So really no harm in that situation. Milwaukee coming back under 5 minutes to play first quarter. Bucks still trail by 9. They look inside to Alcindor. Gets it for the skyhook. The skyhook is good.
Lou Alcindor from Robertson.
Give the assist to Robertson, his second of the game. 6 points now for Alcindor, and it's a 7-point ball game. Atlanta sets the offense. Looking inside to Bridges on the low block. 14 on the shot clock. Bridges working against Greg Smith. Tries to hit him with the drop step, and it's stolen away by McLaughlin. Back comes Milwaukee. Robertson swings it over to Dandridge. Dandridge takes it down low, backing in against Hudson. He's going to go for that inside shot again, but this time Bridges picked his pocket. That's stolen by Bridges, and back come the Hawks. Still a 7-point ball game, 23-16. Atlanta with the lead and the basketball. They've got Bellamy down low with a mismatch. Can they get it to him? They can't get it to him. Hudson gets into the lane. His short jump shot is no good. It's tipped away and taken finally by Dandridge. And back comes Milwaukee. Robertson swings it around to Dandridge now outside. Not liking that matchup against Hudson on the perimeter. Dandridge is trying to get it inside to Alcindor. Alcindor guarded by Bellamy. His short jump shot falls off the rim, and Bellamy takes the rebound. Bucks in transition, led by Hazard. He's got Maravich and Hudson on the wings. Hazard on the attack, and it's stolen by Robertson. Nice recovery in transition by Oscar Robertson to give the ball back to Milwaukee. Now they've got room for Alcindor to operate down low. He loses the ball. It's tied up by Hudson, and it's going to be a jump ball. Little scrum on the floor down there. Hudson tried to roll over and call timeout, but the referee had already ruled that it was a held ball. And we'll jump it up with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Alcindor controls the jump for Milwaukee, and Robertson comes away with it. 6 on the shot clock. Robertson's going to have to pull the trigger. No, he gets it to Hudson, to Dandridge down low, posting up against Hudson, and Dandridge is able to put in the left-hander. I didn't think they had time on the shot clock, but Robertson worked his magic. Found Dandridge down low, and Dandridge converted. The lead is now 5, 23-18 in favor of Atlanta. Hawks on the offense. Running the weave out on top. Hazard. Covered by Robertson. Looks for the open man. The open man is Maravich. Maravich is going to take it to the glass against McLaughlin. He drives it in. He's cut off by Smith. He stops and pops. Shot no good. Rebound on the play is battered around and finally taken by Dandridge. Bucks in transition with Robertson and McLaughlin. They're going to go ahead and attack. Robertson is going to take it himself, and he lays it up and good.
Oscar Robertson scores.
And we've got a whistle and a foul on the play. That's going to go against Bridges. And it will be one shot for Oscar Robertson, as we have our first substitution of the game for Atlanta. Big Jim Davis, the backup center, is into the game. 23-20 now, and Robertson with his free throw can cut it to a 2-point game. Very good free throw shooter, 85%. Robertson puts it up and no good. Jinxed by the play-by-play guy, rebounded by Bridges. Hawks have cooled off after the hot start, but they still hold a 3-point lead with under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. It's going to be Maravich on the perimeter. Works off the screen from Davis. Dishes it inside to Hudson. Hudson with a deep shot, no good. Rebounded by Bridges. And Bridges is fouled on the play by Smith over the top. And that will be a one-shot foul for Bill Bridges. Bridges only a 64% free throw shooter on the regular season. He lines it up and puts it up no good. Alcindor with the rebound. Milwaukee with the basketball and a chance now to cut the lead to within one. Alcindor has room on the low block against Jim Davis. The skyhook is good. And it's now a 1-point game.
From McLaughlin.
Give the assist to McLaughlin on that play. And Atlanta needs to get something going here on the offensive end. It's been a dry spell. Hazard over to Maravich, back to Hazard. 14 on the shot clock. Hazard swings it around, gets it back, and with 5 on the shot clock, Hazard's going to try and take it to the hole. He drives to the hoop. He's cut off by Alcindor. The short jump shot is no good, but we've got a whistle on the play, and basket interference is called against Bill Bridges. So they will wave off that offensive possession and give the ball to Milwaukee with a chance to take their first lead of the ball game with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Robertson has it out on top, working against Hazard. Looking to pass, gets it down low to Alcindor. Alcindor with another skyhook. This one is no good. And the rebound is loose, but we've got a whistle and a foul called on Jim Davis. And it will be a 2-shot foul for Alcindor on the shooting foul. First shot for Alcindor is no good. Second shot for Lou Alcindor is up. And it's also no good. Alcindor missed them both. Rebound on the play is taken by Jerry Chambers just into the game for Atlanta. And here come the Hawks back on offense, looking to cling to that precious 1-point lead. They work the ball around the perimeter to Hudson. Hudson squaring off against McLaughlin. Gets it inside into the paint to Jim Davis, and Jim Davis hits the short jump shot.
Davis from Hudson.
First basket of the game for Big Jim Davis. And the Hawks now lead by 3 again with 1.5 minutes to play first quarter. Robertson swings it around to McLaughlin on the perimeter. McLaughlin's going to take the jump shot from the outside, and he nails it.
John McLaughlin.
That is 6 for McLaughlin, and once again it's a 1-point game, 25-24. Atlanta with the lead in the basketball. Working the offense down low to Bridges, working against Greg Smith. Bridges in traffic. His turnaround jump shot's good. I'm surprised
Bridges
he was able to get
Hazard.
that to go, but He took advantage of the nice pass by Walt Hazard on the play and converted that, and the Hawks are back up by 3. Under a minute to go, first quarter. They look down low to Dandridge on the low block once again, working against the Walt Hazard on the mismatch. Dandridge kisses it off the glass and good.
Bob Dandridge, from Robertson.
Give the assist to Robertson. That's 4 in the first quarter. 10 points for Bobby Dandridge to lead all scorers. 27-26. Atlanta still clinging to the smallest of leads as they look to make something happen on what will ostensibly be their final possession of the first quarter. Hudson outside on the switch against Robertson. Hudson's going to attack Robertson down the baseline. Hudson with the finger roll. It's good.
Hudson.
10 points for Lou Hudson now. And it's 29-26 in favor of the Hawks. Milwaukee looking for the open man. They've got Smith available inside. Smith with the basketball. Shoots the short jump shot, no good. Rebound on the play is taken by Chambers. And with 17 seconds to go, Chambers is going to pull it back out, and the Hawks will set up for the final shot of the quarter. They get it to Hazard, top of the key, over to Hudson. Hudson takes it into the lane. Short jump shot is good.
Hudson, from Hazard.
And with 1 second to play in the quarter, the Hawks have stretched the lead back to 5. Can the Bucks get anything done? Dandridge from midcourt fires up the long one. It's no good.
At the end of the first quarter, Atlanta
Actually, he
31,
got that one to go, but it
Milwaukee
was after the
26.
buzzer. And as we finish the first quarter, the score is 31-26 in favor of Atlanta. Very surprising first quarter, as the Hawks really played about their best basketball. 63% from the field compared to 61% for Milwaukee. All 5 starters played the entire first quarter for the Bucks. They were led by Dandridge with 10. Hudson finished with 12 points in the first quarter to lead all scorers for Atlanta. 5 assists for Walt Hazard, 4 assists for Oscar Robertson, and really a pretty evenly played game. Atlanta with the rebounding advantage, as we suspected, led by Bridges and Bellamy, combined for 7 rebounds in that first quarter. And really a very entertaining first quarter of basketball here in the Milwaukee arena, as the Bucks try to stretch their win streak to 25 in a row, and Atlanta tries to play the role of spoiler and even up this playoff series. Interestingly, in the regular NBA season 70-71, the Bucks actually accomplished a 20-game win streak, and that's the 5th best winning streak of all time in the NBA. And they have replicated that feat here and then some in this Action PC basketball season. All right, folks, we're going to head back to action. Quick drink of Diet Pepsi, which is the beverage of the night. And keeping the pipes loosened up for the last 3 quarters of this basketball game. And I'll tell you a little story about Diet Pepsi. My wife is a Diet Pepsi addict. She drinks this stuff by the gallon. And I was running out of the stuff I usually drink, and I snagged a Diet Pepsi out of the fridge, and my wife looked at me and said, "How many of those are left? I need at least 3 for tomorrow before we get to the grocery store." And luckily for me, there were 4 of those left, and so instead of being in the doghouse, I am in the Dave Cave broadcasting tonight's ball game. So let's get back to action. We'll have a channel update at halftime with some news from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And now we head back to the Milwaukee Arena for the second quarter of action between the Hawks and the Bucks. Game 2 of the Gold Tier semifinal playoffs. Here we've got the jump ball. We've got Bob Boozer into the game now, first substitution for Milwaukee. And my game screen has disappeared. as Atlanta wins the tip and looks to go back on the attack. They got that last second shot at the end of the first quarter to put the lead back to 5, and now they look to extend the lead further. The open man is Jim Davis on the low block. With the mismatch against Dandridge, he gets the layup to go.
Davis from White.
That's 4 points off the bench for Jim Davis, and the Hawks now lead by 7. Dave Gardner's in the chat room. Welcome, Dave, to the chat. I'm always curious how folks feel about games like this. On the one hand, we've got Atlanta as a decided underdog, and some people tend to root for the underdogs. On the other hand, the Bucks are riding this 24-game winning streak with the opportunity to go a perfect 30-0. So do you root for the undefeated season, or do you root for the underdogs if you don't have a dog in this fight otherwise? So that's a good question for the chat room tonight, as Milwaukee sets up the offense, now trailing by 7 in their first possession of the second period. The open man once again is McLaughlin. He's going to pull the trigger from the perimeter. His rainbow shot is up and good.
John McLaughlin from Robertson.
Give the assist to Robertson on the play. The lead is back to 5. Here come the Hawks. Herb White now running the point for Atlanta as Walt Hazard gets a rest. They've got Jerry Chambers inside working against Dandridge. That's not really his game, but he's the best option that's available. He's going to pull the trigger from down low. Can he get it to go? He fakes. He unloads. Shot is blocked away from behind by Alcindor. Rebounded by White. White passes it back out to the perimeter. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They dump it down to Chambers again on the low block. He's going to pull the trigger again, defended by Dandridge, and this time he gets it to go.
Chambers.
Clinton Park says, I root for a great game. The refs need to let him play. Thanks for your opinion there, Mr. Parks. And it is now a 7-point game once again in favor of Atlanta, as the Bucks are going to look down low to Lou Alcindor. Alcindor lays it up and good, and he now has double figures for Milwaukee. Atlanta brings it back. Now leading by 5 as White works against Robertson on the perimeter. 13 on the shot clock as White swings it around to Hudson. Hudson has it against McLaughlin. Shot clock running down. Hudson's going to have to pull the trigger, and he missed everything. And the fans here in Milwaukee are letting him know about it. A man's got to know his limitations. And on that play, Hudson forced up a bad shot and hit nothing but air, much to the delight of the Milwaukee faithful. Milwaukee now with the basketball back on offense. They've got Dandridge open on the low block. That's been a very effective play for them here tonight. He gets the pass inside from Robertson, and Bellamy swats him. Bellamy got him. Robertson grabs the rebound, kicks it back out. They dump it down to Alcindor on the low block. Alcindor goes to work against Bellamy. The sky hook is good. That sky hook is a thing of beauty.
Robertson.
Alcindor's so graceful in that low post. Has the footwork, has those long arms, and uncanny accuracy with that sky hook. He's now got 12 points to lead the Bucks, and it's a 3-point basketball game. Atlanta setting up the offense. They work it from White. White over to Chambers. Chambers to Hudson on the perimeter. Hudson steps around McLaughlin into the lane. Alcindor knocks it away and steals it. Alcindor was the first on the floor to get to that loose ball, and he came away with the turnover for the Bucks as the Bucks slow things down and set up the offense. They've got Boozer on the baseline working against Jim Davis. Boozer has plenty of room to operate. He's going to put up that corner jump shot, and it's up no good. Rebound on the play to Bellamy, and the Hawks have the basketball now under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Atlanta consent to set up for a shot. They're going to work more deliberately now with Hazard and Maravich both getting a rest on the bench. Bellamy has it on the perimeter against Alcindor. Not a good matchup for Bellamy that far away from the basket. He's going to look for a teammate, can't find one. He finally forces up the baseline jump shot, no good. Alcindor takes the rebound. Nice perimeter defense there by Alcindor to capture that one for Milwaukee, and the Bucks now bring it back with Robertson. Robertson looks down low to Alcindor. Alcindor in the lane, posting up on Bellamy. The inside jump shot is good.
Alcindor from
He has got Bellamy tied up in knots here in the second quarter. Bellamy was anticipating the sky hook. That time Alcindor went the other way and had an open path to just knock one down from inside. Give the assist to McLaughlin on the play. Hawks with the basketball. The lead has been cut back to 1. 9:19 to play. Second quarter. Hudson works against McLaughlin. He's going to attack the lane. He comes down the baseline. Dumps it inside to Chambers, wide open. Chambers blows the bunny. And the rebound is cleared away by Dandridge. It's going to be a 2-on-2 fast break opportunity with Oscar Robertson in the lead. Robertson ahead to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's layup is around the rim and off. Alcindor gets the offensive board. Alcindor with the putback attempt. He lays it up off the front of the rim, no good. This time the rebound is captured by Dandridge. Dandridge with another opportunity. He puts it up, he misses it. Milwaukee can't buy a buck on this possession, but Dandridge is nailed on the play by Jim Davis. And it will be Dandridge going to the line for 2 free throws. Milwaukee riding their starters hard tonight. Dandridge goes to the line and hits the first free throw. Couple of substitutions for the Hawks as Hazard is back into the game. And for the first time, the rookie from UCLA, John Vallely, is in the game. Bill Bridges also returns to the floor for Atlanta as Dandridge lines up and connects on the second free throw. And believe it or not, fans, that is the first lead of the game for the Milwaukee Bucks with 3 minutes gone by here in the second period. Atlanta basketball. They've got Vallely open on the perimeter. He doesn't pull the trigger. He works it around to Bellamy down low. Bellamy has it against Lou Alcindor inside. He's got enough space to get up the short jump shot, and he hits it. He got that one over Alcindor
Bellamy
and through.
From Vallely.
Give the assist to Vallely on the play. Back come the Bucks looking to regain the lead. They've got Bobby Dandridge down low on the block. And this time it's Hazard with the reach-in foul on the play. And it will be a one-shot attempt for Bobby Dandridge as that foul is called on the floor. Shot by Dandridge is no good. There's a fight for the rebound. Alcindor comes away with it. Can Alcindor get the sky hook up off of the scrum? He does, and he gets it to go.
Alcindor.
And the Bucks are back in the lead. 38-37 Milwaukee. 8:15 to play. Second quarter. Hazard with the basketball. Looking for the open man. He's got to pull the trigger himself. His shot's no good. Chambers grabs the offensive board and sends it back out to Hazard for a fresh 24. They get it over to Maravich back in the game. Working against McLaughlin. Maravich pulls the trigger from the perimeter and he gets that to go. Nothing but net for Maravich, and that puts the Hawks back on top. The first quarter was all Atlanta. The second quarter's been back and forth with the teams trading the lead frequently. Milwaukee looking down to Alcindor on the low block. Defended by Bellamy. And this time Bellamy got a piece of that short jump shot attempt. The rebound goes to Hazard, and back come the Atlanta Hawks. Hazard over to Chambers. Chambers backs in and travels. And now we finally get some reserves into the game for Milwaukee, as we've got some tired Bucks slogging it up and down the court. Pretty much the whole bench battalion is in the game now. Lucius Allen at the point guard. McCoy McLemore at the small forward. He has been a nice little spark plug for this second unit. Down low, we've got Bob Boozer, and the backup center is Dick Cunningham, third-year man out of Murray State. And at the shooting guard, we round things out with the rookie out of Kansas State, Jeff Webb. So we'll see how this second unit for the Bucks can do against the five starters for Atlanta who are back in the game. Milwaukee with the basketball, trailing by 1. They're going to look inside to Boozer. Boozer is defended well by Bridges. Boozer has to kick it back out. 11 on the shot clock. Now they've got it down to Cunningham down low. Cunningham running out of time. He's going to have to pull the trigger. His layup is blocked by Bellamy. Rebound on the play will be taken by Hazard. And back come the Atlanta Hawks. Maravich is open on the perimeter against McLemore on the switch. Maravich with the jump shot is good.
Maravich from Hudson.
Pistol Pete continues to have the hot hand. He's now got 12, and the Bucks lead is up to 3. Milwaukee looks inside to McLemore, working inside against Hudson. Tough shot from in the lane is no good. In and out, tipped away by Boozer, no good. Finally captured by Maravich. As our Red Sox fan says, it's a nip and tuck game. Who are you rooting for, Al, the Nips or the Tucks? We've got a transition opportunity for the Hawks with Hudson and Bridges, and Hudson's smartly going to pull that one out and wait for Hazard to come run the offense. Hazard looks around, forces it down low to Bellamy. Bellamy on the low block working against Cunningham. Bellamy lays it up and good.
Bellamy from Hazard.
Give the assist to Hazard. That's 6 for Hazard on the night. And the lead is now 5 for Atlanta. Hawks taking advantage of this Bucks second unit. Bucks are going to look into McLemore once again. They're going to have a tough time generating any offense with this unit on the floor. McLemore gets it inside and it's stolen by Hudson. Clean steal for Hudson, and back come the Hawks looking to extend the lead. They get it down low to Bellamy once again. Working against Boozer on the switch. His turnaround jump shot is good. That's
Bellamy from Hazard.
4 in a row for Bellamy, and the Hawks now lead once again by 7 midway through the second quarter. McLemore is the only guy who's active on the offensive end. Boozer's on the perimeter, guarded heavily by Bridges. Cunningham down low has it against Bellamy. What's Cunningham able to do? His 10-foot jump shot is up, and it is rejected by Bellamy. 5 block shots already for Bellamy tonight. Bridges pulls down the rebound, and here come the Hawks in transition. They've got Hazard, and they've got Maravich running the floor. Hazard dishes it to Maravich. Maravich's layup rolls around and out. Hazard snatches the rebound and brings it back out for the Hawks to reset the offense with a fresh 24. They look inside once again to Bellamy. He's the hot hand. Atlanta on an 8-0 run. Now a 10-0 run as Bellamy converts from in close.
Bellamy
and the Hawks are just abusing this second unit for Milwaukee. I don't know how long that Milwaukee coach Larry Costello is going to keep his starters resting. But this one is the tide has turned in favor of the Hawks here in the second quarter as they've stretched the lead back to 9. Lucius Allen now running the point. Working against Hazard. Allen's going to put it on the floor. Steps past Hazard, floats to the basket. He's cut off by Bellamy. Short jumper by Allen is no good. Rebound by Bridges. And the Bucks fans are starting to get a little restless as the Hawks run continues. They work the perimeter. They get it to Hudson down low. Hudson's going to kick it out to Maravich. Maravich from the outside. Gets it back to Hudson. Hudson's short jump shot is no good. Tipped in by Bridges. So give Bridges another rebound and 2 more points, and the Hawks have once again stretched this lead to double digits against the second unit of the Bucks. Bucks searching for offense. They have it inside to McLemore against Bellamy on the switch. Can McLemore find Cunningham? No, McLemore has to take it himself. Not far from the basket. Off the glass, no good. Cunningham grabs the offensive rebound. Cunningham with the putback attempt. Awkward shot. Rolls around off the front rim, no good. But he is fouled on the play by Bellamy. And it will be Cunningham to the line to shoot two. 2 shots for Dick Cunningham, the third-year man out of Murray State University in Kentucky. First shot for Cunningham is good. And that is the first bench point of the night for Milwaukee. And they pull back to within 10. Cunningham with this one can cut the lead to 9, and he hits it. 2 points for Cunningham. And with 4:24 to play in the second quarter, the Hawks are up 49-40. They look to Maravich on the perimeter, working against Webb. Webb's got to be scared out of his mind out there as Maravich puts up the jump shot from the key, no good. Well defended by Webb. Bellamy takes the easy rebound on the weak side. He shoots from in close around the rim and off, no good. We've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that's going to go against Maravich. Maravich with the foul on the play. It'll be one shot for Bob Boozer for Milwaukee. Boozer, very good free throw shooter, 82% on the regular season. And he converts this one, and it's now 49-41 as Atlanta comes back on offense. Atlanta's going to look to Lou Hudson. Nice mismatch on the outside coming off the pick.
Hudson.
Boozer was late getting over on the help side, and Hudson buries the jump shot, his 14th point of the game. 51-41 now. Hawks lead, under 4 minutes to play. Milwaukee searching for offense. They get it back out on top to Lucius Allen. Allen from the outside takes it into the lane. Dumps it off to McLemore. McLemore can't get the shot to go. Boozer climbs the ladder and keeps it alive. He passes it back out for a fresh 24. Allen resets the offense. They dump it down to Boozer down low. Boozer's going to pull the trigger. Working inside against Bridges. Short jump shot is blocked away by Bellamy. Another block shot. 6 block shots for Bellamy. Rebounded by Bridges on the play, and back come the Hawks with a chance to extend to their biggest lead of the night, if they can convert here. 3 minutes to play first half. Hazard on the offense, working against Lucius Allen. Hazard comes off the screen, shoots the open jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Bellamy. Bellamy passes it back out to Maravich. Maravich pulls the trigger from the perimeter. No, he faked it. He takes it into the lane, puts it up and good.
Maravich.
Collision with Webb on that layup. The refs let him play as there is no whistle, but Maravich has 14, and the Hawks now have their biggest lead of the game, 53-41, under 3 minutes to play before the half. Boozer working against Bridges on the inside. From the low post, a short jump shot is off the glass and good.
Bob Boozer.
Boozer hits the first field goal of the night for the Milwaukee bench, and the lead is back to 10. Hawks look once again to Maravich. Outside jump shot, no good. Spins out, Allen boxes out and takes the rebound for Milwaukee. Here comes Allen in the Bucks in transition. He's going to push the offense. Milwaukee with the numbers. They get it over to McLemore. McLemore's layup is no good. Rebound is pulled away by Hudson. Hawks look to come back in transition, but they don't have the numbers, so Maravich is going to pull it back out. And the Hawks will set up the offense. They look down low once again to Bellamy. Very solid second quarter for Bellamy. He posts up against Cunningham. This time the shot is no good. Rebounded by Bridges on the offensive glass. Bridges with the putback attempt. Tries to get it up, but it's stolen away by Webb. Webb on the steal, Milwaukee basketball, still trailing by 10. Allen sets up the offense. Bridges is all over him. He is fouled on the play by Hudson, and this will be a 2-shot opportunity for McCoy McLemore. First shot for McLemore is good. 53-44. And now we get Dandridge back into the ball game for Milwaukee. As McLemore sets up the second free throw. And this one's no good. Off the rim, rebounded, kicked around out of bounds. It will be the Hawks basketball. Lou Alcindor now back into the game also for the Bucks. Robertson is going to continue to rest his aging body on the bench as Lucius Allen remains in the game to run the point. Atlanta basketball. They've got Hudson outside, but he's covered by Dandridge. He passes it back out to Hazard up on top. Hazard looks down low to Big Jim Davis on the block. Davis in the lane. His short jump shot is around and out. No good. Rebound on the play to Hudson, and Hudson passes it back out to Hazard to reset the offense. Hazard now gets it to Hudson on the baseline. Hudson's going to attack the glass against Dandridge. He floats into the basket, lays it up off the window, and good.
Hudson, from Maravich.
55-44. Hawks still with a double-digit lead as we're into the final minute of the first half. Action continues with looking down low to Alcindor. Milwaukee trailing by 11. Can they get it to Alcindor inside? Yes, they do. It's knocked away, picked up by Alcindor. Alcindor lays it up and is blocked by Bridges. 9 block shots on the game for the Hawks. That is a tremendous number of blocks. 7 blocks for the Hawks. Still a very good night for the interior defense for Atlanta. And they need all of that against this Milwaukee juggernaut. 48 seconds to play. First half, Hawks with the basketball. They look outside to Maravich. On the perimeter, dishes it down to Davis. Davis can't hit the short rainbow. But a foul is called on the play on Lucius Allen. And that'll be 2 shots for Big Jim Davis. Davis, fair free throw shooter, 68%. First shot is no good for Davis. But he'll have a second shot opportunity. And finally, Robertson comes back into the game to run the point as the first half comes to a close. Second shot for Davis is again no good. Rebound for Alcindor. Robertson working quickly. Milwaukee wants 2 for 1. So Robertson's going to pull the trigger against Hazard. Top of the key, 15-footer is good.
Oscar Robertson, from McLaughlin.
18 seconds to play now, and perhaps the Bucks will be able to hold for, or perhaps the Hawks will be able to hold for the final shot, as they were able to get enough time to expire to give them the opportunity with 18 seconds to play to just sit on the ball. And that's the end of the first half.
Atlanta 55, Milwaukee 46.
So a surprising result in the first half as the Hawks jump out to a 9-point halftime lead. As I mentioned earlier, the first quarter was controlled mostly by Atlanta, and they came in leading by 5. Milwaukee had a run early in the second half to briefly take the lead. The teams traded baskets for a few minutes until the Milwaukee bench came into the game, and that's when the wheels fell off. Atlanta went on a 10-0 run against Milwaukee's bench to open up a 12-point lead at one point, and they come into the break leading by 9. Leading scorer in the game for Atlanta is Lou Hudson with 16, Pete Maravich with 14. That's quite the dynamic duo for Atlanta. You've also got to look at those 6 block shots for Walt Bellamy. Just a stellar defensive performance in there against the likes of Bobby Dandridge and Lou Alcindor for the Bucks. Alcindor led the Bucks with 16, Dandridge with 12. You also got to look at that 28-16 rebound advantage for Milwaukee as being a key factor. Milwaukee, as you recall, got off to the hot start, hitting their first 7 field goal attempts without a miss, and finished at 55% for the half from the field. I don't know if they can keep that up the entire second half against the number one defensive team in the league, but they're going to need all their best all their best work in the second half to hold on to this 9-point lead and become the first blemish on the record of the Milwaukee Bucks in this 1970-71 Epic Basketball League season. All right, before we get back to action, I have a couple of channel updates. Tomorrow will be a fun day on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network as Heartland Championship Wrestling makes its return to the airwaves. Tomorrow is our monthly pay-per-view broadcast. This is Heartland Havoc 93, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. The main event in the Boulevard of Broken Dreams will be a Falls Count Anywhere grudge match pitting Ric Flair against Magnum TA. That will be a Donnybrook. And debuting tomorrow will be the brand new Ringside Mayhem charts created by yours truly. And they will see their debut tomorrow as we attempt to create havoc between two very intense competitors, Ric Flair and Magnum TA, the beloved Magnum TA against the hated Ric Flair. No doubt who the Indianapolis fans will be rooting for in that confrontation. Also on tomorrow's live broadcast, we'll see two championship matches. The Queen of the Indies, the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, will be contested when the champion Saraya Knight takes on the challenger from Canada, Nicole Matthews. Saraya Knight is brutal. She is nothing but unleashed mayhem. Some of you may know her as the mother of WWE superstar Paige. Got to see that movie recently. Fun little movie. The Rock's movie that he made about the life of Paige called Wrestling with My Family. About the Knight family. Saraya Knight, the mother. Billy Knight, the father. Paige, the daughter who made it big in the wrestling business. The part of Saraya Knight was actually played by Lena Headey from Game of Thrones fame. So good little movie if you get a chance to catch that on Netflix or some streaming service. In terms of basketball, there will be no game next Friday. Next weekend is the Little Family reunion back in Ohio. I will be back in the Buckeye State for the weekend, so there will be no basketball next Friday. The Epic Basketball League playoffs will continue over the next 2 weeks, and you can keep track of all the action on the Facebook group Sports Simulations and Replays. Thank you to everybody who has made that group a wonderful success. And for those of you who are watching this broadcast, if you have not subscribed to Sports Simulations and Replays, as Ron Juckett says, any game, any sport, any platform, board games, console games, computer games, all discussions are welcome in Sports Simulations and Replays. Come check us out. Post your replay results there. Ron Juckett posts all the time there. Dave Gardner is a very active participant in that great group. And over 1,000 members strong now, thanks to the promotional efforts of Ron Juckett and the many great fans of Sports Simulations and Replays. And you can follow all the Epic Basketball League playoff action from there until our next live broadcast in 2 weeks, which will probably be from the Epic Basketball League Championship Final Round. So that's our updates for the channel, and that will be time to head back to action here at Milwaukee Arena. Your halftime score once again is the Hawks 55, the Bucks 46, and we'll see if Atlanta can make the upset happen here tonight as we head back to action for the second half. Once again, it's Atlanta in control of the jump ball. They've got Bridges open on the inside. He's got a tough matchup against Greg Smith. So Walt Hazard's going to reset the offense, and he's going to swing it around to Maravich on the perimeter. Maravich works against McLaughlin. He's been attacking aggressively. This time he tries to get it into the lane. He tries a touch pass to Hazard. It's out of bounds, Milwaukee basketball. So the Hawks start the half with a turnover, and the Bucks are back on the treadmill trying to make the uphill climb to get back into this one. As they've got their starting five out there, Robertson and McLaughlin in the backcourt, Dandridge and Alcindor with Greg Smith across the front line. As Robertson sets things up and looks inside once again to Bob Dandridge. Dandridge very effective on the low block against the smaller men. This time Maravich is forced to foul him, and that foul is called on the floor, so it'll just be one shot for Dandridge. And the one shot for Dandridge is up. And having some mouse troubles here. I think I'm running out of juice with my mouse. I'm going to have to plug in my wireless mouse, and that should get things going. Boy, we're just full of all kinds of technical difficulties here tonight. And of course, there's only two ways to plug in a USB micro port, and it takes me 5 tries to figure out which of the 2 ways to plug that bad boy in. There we go. And our mouse is alive and well, and Dandridge can now shoot the free throw, and he connects. And it's a 55-47 basketball game. Hawks with the basketball and the lead. Hudson is open down low against Robertson. He doesn't do much on the inside. They swing it back out to Hazard. Hazard pulls his own number, and once again it's an air ball, and once again the fans here are letting him know about it. So an air ball for Hudson, now an air ball for Hazard. And the Milwaukee fans haven't had much to cheer about tonight, but they're going to let their voices be heard when Atlanta makes a miscue. Back come the Bucks. Robertson swings it out to McLaughlin. Back over to Robertson. Robertson pumps it in down low to Dandridge. Dandridge with the inside layup. And this time Bellamy got the block. Yet another block inside for Walt Bellamy. McLaughlin steals the rebound. He has to pass it back out on top as he's tied up in the trees. They get it to Dandridge on the outside with 7 on the shot clock. He's going to try and dump it down to Alcindor down low. Alley-oop comes into Alcindor, and he puts it through.
Alcindor from Robertson.
Very nice shot by Alcindor as the shot clock was running down, and the Bucks are now within 6 after the first minute of action here in the third. Hawks setting the offense. They get it over to Maravich. Maravich on the attack. He's knocked to the floor, and a whistle on the play, and the foul is called on Greg Smith. That'll be just a one-shot foul for Maravich as he tees things up and gets it to go. 15 points now for Maravich. Bucks leading by 7. Hawks leading by 7. Bucks with the basketball. Robertson is going to look it inside once again to Dandridge. Dandridge with the layup. It's good.
Bob Dandridge.
Dandridge did his own work down there on the low post. He's got 15. And it is a 5-point ball game. Hawks run the offense. Hazard to Bellamy down low. Bellamy was stellar in the second quarter against the second unit. Can't get this one to go against Lou Alcindor. But Alcindor is called for the foul on the play, and it'll be Walt Bellamy shooting 2. Bellamy's at the line, only a 60% free throw shooter, but he gets the first one to go. And that puts the Hawks up by 6. Second shot for Bellamy is good. And it is now 58-51 in favor of the Hawks. Milwaukee sets it up through Robertson. Robertson's going to look down low once again to Dandridge, using that big body, defended by the smaller Lou Hudson. This time Dandridge cannot get the shot to go. Dandridge with the tip, no good. Bellamy goes up high and catches the rebound for Atlanta. Atlanta has numbers in transition. They've got Hazard with Maravich and Hudson. It's going to be Hudson driving the ball into the lane. His shot is up, no good. Alcindor comes away with the rebound. It's going to be the Bucks in transition with Robertson. Robertson's going to push the attack. They get it down to Smith. Smith to McLaughlin. McLaughlin to the layup,
John
and it's
McLaughlin
good.
from Smith.
Good ball movement by the Bucks in transition on that play. And once again, the lead's down to 5. Hudson smothered on the perimeter by Dandridge. Can't get anything to happen. He's going to swing it back out to Pistol Pete Maravich. Fantastic pass for the wide open jump shot for Maravich, and he buries it.
From Hazard.
Assist to Hazard on the play, and that is 9 for Walt Hazard. 9 assists for Hazard, and the Hawks now lead by 7. McLaughlin on the outside working against Maravich. He's going to call his own number and pull the trigger on that one in the open perimeter. But it's stolen away by Maravich. McLaughlin never did get the shot off before Maravich picked his pocket. Atlanta back on offense. They've got Hudson down low. He's got Dandridge all over him. No place to pass the ball to. He's going to try and get it back out on top. He gets it to Bellamy. Bellamy's too far away, but there's only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bellamy's going to have to force one up from the baseline, and it's way off. Tough shot missed. Battle for the rebound. Bill Bridges sneaks in and grabs the rebound. Bridges on the putback. His short jump shot is good.
Bridges.
That is a double-double for Bridges. He's hit all 5 of his field goal attempts tonight. 10 points and 11 boards now for Bridges for Atlanta, and the Hawks are back up on top by 9. Under 9 to play here in the third quarter. Milwaukee's going to work that down low play to Dandridge once again. He lays it up and good.
Bob Dandridge scores.
Dandridge on that low block is tough to stop. He's got a big body. He's got great footwork, and he is bigger than most of the small forwards. He also got the foul on Hudson on that play, and that's 3 on Lou Hudson. So that's a big play for Dandridge to get the basket and the foul. And Dandridge on the free throw line is good. 62-56 now. Hawks with a 6-point lead. One of my concerns about the Action PC basketball game that I don't like is that these fouls are very subtle. You don't get a good visual indicator. You don't get a good whistle indicator. And it's only after I have looked at 3 other places on the screen and I look up and lo and behold, there's a guy standing on the free throw line and I didn't even know there was a foul. So that's something that I need to work on as a broadcaster, and hopefully the Action PC user interface can be due for an upgrade in that respect sometime down the line. All right, Atlanta with the basketball, leading by 6. Hazard sets the offense. Calls the play for Maravich on the perimeter. Maravich against Robertson on the switch. Maravich takes it to the basket, lays it up and good.
Maravich from Hazard.
Assist to Hazard on the play. That's 10 assists for Walt Hazard and no points. How about that? Milwaukee is bringing things back on the offensive end. And right now things are kind of messy. Dandridge is open outside, but he's not an outside shooter. Alcindor's got Hudson on him, but he's also being double-teamed by Bridges. So they can't find Alcindor. Robertson just pulls it back, sends it to Dandridge. Dandridge back to Robertson on the wing. Robertson forces up a 15-footer. It's no good. And the rebound bounces over the top of the backboard and out of bounds to the Hawks. So just a real Whiskey Tango Foxtrot situation for the Bucks on that offensive trip. And the Hawks have possession once again and a chance to open it back up to a 10-point lead. Hazard looks inside to Bridges. Nothing happening down there as Bridges has got Alcindor all over him. Swings it around the perimeter. They get it back to Bridges down low, now working against Robertson as they had to switch off on the defense. Bridges against a much better matchup, still can't get the shot to go down. Rebound is taken by Bellamy. Bellamy on the putback lays it up and no good. This time the rebound is off to Alcindor, and the Bucks take over possession. Robertson working against Hazard out on top. Trying to find the open man. Can't find anybody, and with 5 seconds on the shot clock, Robertson's going to have to dump it down low to Dandridge. Dandridge's jump shot was in and out, but he's fouled on the play by Maravich. And that'll be 2 shots for Bobby Dandridge. Under 7.5 to play, third quarter, as Dandridge misses the first. Bucks still trailing by 8, as Dandridge readies himself for the second shot, and he gets this one to go. 19 points for Dandridge. He now leads all scorers. Actually, Maravich also has 19. And Clinton Parks loves that sailor talk. Just makes him swoon. Well, Clinton, perhaps you can explain to the rest of the chat room the meaning of the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot offense. As the Hawks have a 7-point lead and the basketball, they look to Maravich on the outside working against McLaughlin. Maravich tries to drive, and it gets it stolen away by Robertson. Robertson with the steal on the help. They push it down the floor to Dandridge, but they don't have the numbers in transition. And they slow things down and get it back to Robertson on top. Robertson, very nice pass inside to Greg Smith down low. Smith with the layup, it's good.
Greg Smith.
First points of the game for Greg Smith. And it's now a 5-point game, 64-59. Hawks with the lead in the basketball. Hudson has it on the wing against Dandridge. Hudson puts it on the floor. Tries to get into the lane. And can he get the shot to go? No, it's off the rim. Rebounded by Bellamy, but Bellamy walks with it. And it's going to be Milwaukee basketball. Milwaukee setting up the offense. Once again, they've got Smith loose down low, this time against Hudson. Smith's short jump shot is off the side of the rim, no good. Easy rebound for Bellamy, and the Hawks bring it back slowly. Hawks lead by 5. And it is Hazard to start up the offense. Works around the perimeter, calls a play, drives to the basket. Can't get the shot off. He's tied up by Robertson. And actually Hazard's called for the travel. Nice defense by Robertson on that penetration attempt. And that's a turnover. Back come the Bucks. Working the perimeter. Robertson over to Dandridge. Dandridge inside. This time Bellamy's over on the switch. Dandridge is still going to try to get the shot off. And this time Hudson got him from behind. Dandridge had his eye on Walt Bellamy, but it was Lou Hudson who snuck in and swatted that one away out of bounds. Bucks retain possession with 8 on the shot clock. 6:06 to play now, third quarter. Robertson with the ball out on top. 8 on the shot clock. He's going to pull the trigger. But he is stripped by Hazard. Robertson never did get the shot off, as Hazard saw it coming, and those quick hands of Walt Hazard made the steal on the play. Hazard now brings it back and sets things up for his team. They get it over to Hudson. Hudson's going to take it to the hole. Drives the lane. Cut off by Alcindor. Hudson stops and pops and drops it.
Hudson.
Very nice play for Lou Hudson to get that one up before Alcindor could get over and swat it away. And the lead for Atlanta is back up to 7. Alcindor down low. Layup spins out, no good. We've got a scrum for the rebound. Bridges comes out with it, but we've got a foul on the play called on Bellamy. And that will be one shot for Oscar Robertson. Robertson doing work to keep Bellamy off the boards on that play. And he's rewarded with one trip to the free throw line, and he converts it. 66-60 now. Hawks with the lead. 5.5 into the basket. Alcindor walls him off. Hudson has to put up the shot. It's blocked away. Alcindor got it this time. Hudson lands on pick. He's got plenty of space to pull the trigger. His one-handed jump shot is no good. Smith grabs the offensive board. Smith on the putback attempt. His short jump shot is no good. Alcindor with the tip, no good. Finally, Lou Hudson pulls the rebound for Atlanta. So the Bucks had 3 shots at it that time, could not convert. And the Hawks grab the rebound with now 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Hawks leading by 6. Can they extend? They work it around to Hudson on the perimeter, where he is guarded on the switch by Alcindor. Can Hudson pull the trigger? The fadeaway jump shot is no good. Off the side of the rim, Maravich sneaks in for the rebound and passes it back out to the perimeter. Fresh 24 for Atlanta. Hazard running the point. Swings it over to Maravich. We've got a whistle on the play as we have an injured player in the game. Walt Hazard shaking that left wrist, but he insists that he wants to stay in the game. And it will be Hawks basketball as we reset. They look inside to Hudson. Nothing happening there. Can he get it down to Bellamy? No, he finds Bridges. Bridges in the paint. Gets away from him and out of bounds, Milwaukee basketball. Milwaukee with the offense. They look inside to Lou Alcindor against Bellamy. Alcindor back out to Dandridge. It's Dandridge who's going to elevate and fire the jumper. Awkward shot, no good. Rebound, Maravich. Back come the Hawks. Hudson back out to Hazard. Hazard swings it around to Maravich. Maravich attacks the glass. Comes off the pick from Hudson. Smith gets in the way. Maravich misses the shot. Nice recovery by Smith. Alcindor takes the rebound. Milwaukee bringing it back. They go right to Alcindor inside. Defended by Bellamy. The skyhook is off the front of the rim. No good this time. Hazard with the rebound. Both teams have gone cold here in the last couple of minutes as the Hawks continue to lead by 6. They work it over to Hudson on the baseline. Hudson once again is going to attack. Can he get to the basket? He puts it up with 2 hands, gets it to go.
Hudson, from Hazard.
20 now for Lou Hudson to lead all scorers, and the Hawks have a 68-66 lead. 68-60 lead. 8-point lead for Atlanta with 3 minutes and 32 seconds to play. Third quarter. Alcindor down low. Trying to post up. Can't get the shot off, and it's a 3-second violation. Hawks with the basketball. Once again, a chance to extend the lead to double digits. Bellamy's got Alcindor all over him. Can he get the shot off? He works it in the low post. His 10-footer's no good. Rebound on the play will be taken by McCoy-McLemore back in the game for Milwaukee. McLemore struggled in the first half. Couldn't get anything done from the field. But he comes into the game and makes his presence known with that rebound. And Milwaukee's going to look inside to Dandridge on the low block. Dandridge using that footwork inside. Can he work his magic? Nowhere to go. Ball squirts away. Dandridge gets it back, but he has to call timeout. And the Bucks are going to have to regroup with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Under 3 minutes to play now, third quarter. McLemore to inbound. Gets it into McLaughlin. McLaughlin's outside jump shot is good.
John McLaughlin.
68-62. This third quarter has been a battle, as both teams have struggled to score. Hawks came into the quarter leading by 9. They still lead by 6 with under 3 minutes to play. Hazard on the wing. Calls his own number. Sets, shoots, scores.
Hazard.
First basket of the game for Walt Hazard to go with 11 assists for the very steady and heady point guard out of UCLA. Milwaukee now trailing by 8. Alcindor with it out on the baseline. He's going to try and dump it down inside the lane to Dandridge. Dandridge with a shot from in close, no good. Dandridge gets his own rebound. Dandridge on the putback attempt. He's called for the offensive foul. Second unit coming into the game for Atlanta. They've got all substitutes in except for Sweet Lou Hudson at the small forward position. Webb is into the game for Milwaukee. McLemore is into the game, but the big three, Robertson, Dandridge, and Alcindor, are still out there for the Bucks. Tabletop Sports Delaware, welcome to the chat. Yay, you know, basketball is my favorite. Is that true? Del, I thought you were a baseball guy. Or is there some inside joke there that I don't know anything about? Atlanta on offense now, still leading by 8. Herb White now into the game running the point with a full 24 seconds on the shot clock. They get it inside to Bridges, working against McLemore. Bridges pulls his own, unloads from point blank range, and scores it.
Bridges.
Old rap song from the 80s. Can't say that I know that one. I can do a little Sugar Hill Gang, but I don't know anything about basketball as my favorite sport. Milwaukee comes back. They look down low to Alcindor as they once again trail by 10. Alcindor posting up on Christian. Short jump shot's good. They need to get Alcindor going here in the second half, especially with Bellamy on the bench, and see if they can't cut into this lead before the end of the period. Dandridge still doing yeoman's work guarding Lou Hudson on the perimeter. They dump it inside to Christian for the Hawks. Christian in the lane guarded by Dandridge, rises up and scores it. That is the first points of the game for the backup center, Bob Christian, second-year man out of Grambling State University. And the Hawks go back up on top by 10. Milwaukee looks inside to Alcindor. They can't find him down there. Dandridge is going to have to take his own shot. He misses. That's 6 straight misses for Bobby Dandridge. McLemore with the offensive rebound. And he's going to pass it back out for a fresh shot clock. Robertson. Bounce pass inside to Alcindor. Turnaround jump shot by Alcindor is off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hudson. The turnaround jump shot is not really Alcindor's best move. He could have gone with the sky hook or the drop step on that play. But Christian was able to force him to take a tough shot, and he couldn't convert. Lou Hudson with the rebound for Atlanta. Back come the Hawks. Under a minute to play, third quarter. They get it to Hudson on the perimeter. Hudson attacks the lane. Hudson takes it into the basket. Switches to the left hand. Alcindor hustles over. Can he get the shot off? He gets it off, but it's no good. McLemore comes out with the rebound, but he lost it to Jerry Chambers. And it's a fresh 24 for Atlanta. They look inside to Bridges. Bridges with a good look inside, drains it.
Bridges, from White.
Very strong game for Bridges, 14 points, 11 rebounds. For Atlanta's leading rebounder on the season. Milwaukee with the basketball now, 30 seconds to play. Once again trailing by 12, their biggest deficit. They look inside to Dandridge. It's been a tough third quarter for him, but he gets this one to go.
Bobby
and the lead is back to 10.
McLemore.
20 seconds to play, 14 seconds now as the Hawks cross the midcourt line. They're going to hold for the last shot of the period. They swing it around, get it to White on the right wing, over to Hudson, and it's stolen away by Robertson. Hudson couldn't get the shot off as Robertson picked his pocket. And at the end of the third quarter, it's a 10-point game in favor of the Hawks. We'll take a look at your box score. As again, a very low scoring third period, only 21-20 in favor of Atlanta in the period. Scoring leaders for the third period, Dandridge managed 9 points for Milwaukee, but he missed a lot of those inside opportunities. Alcindor only 4 points in the quarter. Bridges led the Hawks with 6 in the quarter, 5 for Maravich. But just a very physical, rough and tumble defensive struggle as we look back at the shooting percentages, which has now gone all the way down to 52 for Atlanta, 41 for Milwaukee. Atlanta continues to dominate the boards with a 38-26 advantage. And again, those 7 block shots for Bellamy are huge in contributing to that low field goal percentage. All right, are you all ready for the fourth quarter? Let's see if Milwaukee can get on the comeback trail, get that defense going, convert some hoops on the offensive side, cut into this 10-point deficit, and keep that 24-game win streak alive. Milwaukee wins the jump for the first time in the game, and they're going to start this quarter off on offense. Lucius Allen in the game, running the point for the Bucks. He looks inside to Alcindor, working against Christian inside. The sky hook is good. He got those puppies organized that time and got his 22nd point of the game to lead all scorers. Bucks still trailing by 8 as Atlanta sets up on the offensive end. Christian inside against Alcindor is a total mismatch. He's going to try and pass the ball back out to the perimeter. Loose ball on the play. Christian got it back, and he got fouled by Dandridge. How about that? Creating lemons out of lemonade. Christian was in big trouble, and Dandridge bailed him out with a reach-in foul. That'll be one shot for Bob Christian on the play, and he connects. 77-68, Hawks with a 9-point lead. Milwaukee with the basketball. They look inside to Alcindor. They can't get it to him. They send it to Dandridge on the baseline. Dandridge puts it up in the lane, no good. But he is hammered on the play by Christian. And Dandridge will go to the line to shoot 2. Dandridge 5 for 7 from the free throw line today. And make it 6 for 8 as he converts on the first. Second shot for Dandridge is good. And the score is 77-70 in favor of the Hawks as Atlanta brings the basketball from right to left. They've got it out on top with White. Having trouble getting much happening on the offensive end as their second unit struggles to coordinate the attack. They've got it now to Chambers on the perimeter. Chambers with the jump shot, no good. Well defended by Webb on the play. Rebound McLemore. Milwaukee basketball. Webb brings it into the front court. Looks to Allen up top. Allen swings it around to Webb. To Dandridge, back over to Webb. 4 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be Webb who's going to have to force one up from 15, and he nails it.
Jeff Webb.
How about that shot by Jeff Webb? 77-72 as the Bucks get some unlikely offense out of the second unit. First basket of the game for Jeff Webb. It's a 5-point lead for the Hawks as they look to make something happen on the offensive end. They get it to Davis inside, working against McLemore. McLemore more of a swing man. Davis a low post player. But Davis backs in and turns it over. Bucks basketball. Milwaukee with a chance to cut the lead to 3. Off to a very good start here in this fourth quarter. They look inside to Dandridge. Working on that low block. Loses the ball. It's tied up inside. Jump ball on the play. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Allen controls the jump to Milwaukee with 6 on the shot clock. Allen's going to have to call his own number. He takes it into the paint. Loses it out of bounds. Ball goes over to Atlanta. Substitution for Milwaukee. Gary Freeman into the game for the first time. Rookie out of Oregon State University. A hip, a hop, a hippie loved his Sugar Hill Gang. How about that from our Red Sox fan? I said a hotel, a motel, a Holiday Inn. If your girl starts acting up, then you take her friend. All right. That may be the last rap you ever hear on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, so mark this day down on your calendar. Hawks with the basketball. Sweet Lou Hudson now working against Freeman as Dandridge has gone to the bench. Hudson likes this matchup a lot better. Forces it inside and dribbles it out of bounds. Turnover for Hudson. He got his eyes wide open when he saw Dandridge going to the bench and could not get anything to happen. Turned the ball over. Bucks basketball trailing by 5. They look inside to Freeman. Running the Dandridge play, small forward on the low block. What's Freeman able to do? Can they get it to him? They swing it around to Allen. Allen gets it down to Alcindor. Alcindor gets it to Freeman, but is taken away by Hudson. Good recovery on defense. Hawks basketball still leading by 5. 9.5 to play in the game. Chambers down low, has it against Webb. Swings it back out on top. They get it down to Jim Davis on the low block. His inside shot is up and rolls in and out. Rebound on the play will be taken by McLemore, but McLemore is called for the foul on the field goal attempt, and Jim Davis will go to the line to shoot 2. Davis hits the first. Davis goes for the second, and he missed the second. Rebound by Alcindor. 6-point lead now for the Hawks, 78-72. Just over 9 minutes to play in the game. Milwaukee comes down on offense. Lucius Allen running the point. Calls a play, looks inside to Alcindor. Alcindor working in the low post. Shoots that sky hook and drills it. 24 for Alcindor. The lead is 4. This one's coming right down the wire in the second half. As good a game as you could have hoped for, especially considering the predicted point spread from the odds makers early in this one. Atlanta's going to try Hudson once again. On the baseline. Open jump shot, no good. Alcindor got him with the body, and that's going to be 2 shots for Lou Hudson. Third team foul on the Bucks as Hudson lines up the first free throw, and it's good. Alcindor's going to take his rest now with 8.5 to go in the game, and the Hawks leading by 5. Hudson with the second free throw. It's a 6-point lead. So mark that down, 8:30 to play. Hawks leading by 6 when Alcindor goes to the bench. And it was the second unit for Milwaukee that got him in such big trouble in the first half. So they can't leave their guys out long, or this one's going to get away with them, away from them. They're going to look inside to Freeman against Hudson. They like that matchup against Hudson on the low block. Freeman cannot convert, but he is fouled on the play by Hudson, and that's 4 on Lou Hudson. And it will be Gary Freeman going to the line. He connects on the free throw. As Atlanta is going to go ahead and bring their first unit back into the game right now. And they're going to see if they can't take advantage of this opportunity. Freeman hits both free throws. The lead is back to 4. But the Hawks are looking to pounce and see if they can't get something done against this second unit. They swing it around to Maravich. Maravich against Webb. He shows and goes. Gets into the lane. Shot no good. Tried to get it up with the left hand. Freeman comes off with the board. Freeman out to Allen. Allen dribbles it into the front court. Allen's going to look to take it to the basket himself against Walt Hazard. Too late. as Allen could not get the shot off before the clock expired. And that's a violation against the Bucks. Hawks with the basketball, now leading by 4. 7:32 to play in the game. Maravich working against Jeff Webb on the outside. Incredible pass from Hazard. Jump shot is good.
Maravich, from Hazard.
Lead is back up to 6. Milwaukee with the basketball. They get it inside to McLemore. He's got nothing. He swings it back out. Back down inside to McLemore. 1 second on the shot clock. He's going to be forced to pull the trigger, and he can't get it done. That is 2 shot clock violations committed by this second unit for Milwaukee. McLaughlin back into the game. Let's see if he can give them a little offensive spark. While Dandridge and Alcindor and Robertson take a rest. Hawks with the basketball. Hazard swings it over to Vallely now in the game. Vallely back to Hazard. Over to Hudson. Hudson takes it to the hole. Gets it over to Hazard inside. Hazard with the inside jump shot.
Hazard,
off the glass and good.
Hudson.
Nice setup by Lou Hudson. He drew the defense and dumped it down low to Hazard for the finish. Milwaukee's going to look inside. What can Bob Boozer do on the low post? He lays it up and good. Bucks trying to keep it close, and once again a foul on the play is called. Late whistle, as Boozer is going to have a 3-point shot, a 3-point play opportunity if he can connect on this free throw. Boozer hits the free throw, and the lead is down to 5. Second unit keeping it close. 6:26 to play. It's been about 2 minutes since Alcindor went out of the game, and the Bucks have kept it close. Hazard directing traffic for Atlanta. Steps into the lane. Goes for the layup and connects.
Hazard.
No call on the
Hudson.
collision, but Hazard gets the basket on the give and go from Lou Hudson. And the lead is back to 7 for Atlanta. Milwaukee basketball. They get it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the outside jump shot. No, it's stolen by Hazard. Hazard poked it away and stole it. Atlanta takes possession once again. Hazard brings it up slowly. He has Vallely on the wing. He swings it back around the other way to Hudson. Hudson with 8 on the shot clock is going to attack the lane. Freeman falls down. Hudson lays it up and good.
Hudson.
As Billy Packer would say, there's lingerie on the deck after that move by Hudson around Gary Freeman. Lucius Allen has the ball up top. Looking to pass. Finds McLaughlin on the wing. Shot clock winding down. Open jump shot for McLaughlin is good.
John McLaughlin.
Back to a 7-point game. Under 5 to play now as Hazard slowly brings the ball across the timeline. Looking inside to Big Jim Davis down low. Davis with the turnaround. Rattles in, rattles out. Hudson keeps possession with the rebound. Passes it back out to the perimeter. Back to Hazard. Hazard over to Vallely. Vallely back to Hazard. We've got a whistle on the play, and a technical foul has been called against Richie Guerin. I don't know what sort of bee got into Guerin's bonnet on that situation, but with his team ahead by 7 points, he has been teed up, and it will be John McLaughlin to shoot the free throw. McLaughlin, a 86% free throw shooter, but he misses that. And Atlanta will get the basketball, leading by 7 with under 5 minutes to play. Hazard calls a play, sends it over to Maravich now in the game. Maravich goes hard to the basket, cut off by McLemore. Short jump shot by Maravich is around and out. Rebound is loose. We've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that is going to be called against Bellamy. Bellamy came across the back of Bob Boozer on that play, and it will be one free throw for Bob Boozer. Boozer on the release. It's good. 88-82 now, a 6-point game in favor of the Hawks. Buck still sticking with that second unit as Maravich sees his opening. What's he going to do? He gives it back to Hazard. Hazard down to Bellamy. Back over to Hazard. Back to Maravich. Jump shot no good. But he is fouled on the play by Freeman. And that is 4 team fouls on Milwaukee. Haven't seen too many fouls in this game. Nobody's really in foul trouble. Maravich hits the first free throw. And with 4.5 to play, back into the game comes Robertson and Dandridge and Alcindor for the stretch run. And this one is going to be tight down the stretch. Bucks hoping that their all-star duo of Alcindor and Robertson can get them back into this one, as Maravich hits both free throws and the lead goes to 8 points for the Hawks. Milwaukee's going to look right to Alcindor. Can he get it down low? He handles the ball inside, unloads at point-blank range. It's good. And here come the Milwaukee Bucks. Coach Larry Costello urging his team to get things done on the defensive end as Atlanta works the ball deliberately. They look inside to Bridges. Coming off a pick, has a mismatch against Robertson. He double pumps. The short jump shot is missed. Rebound on the play will be taken by Dandridge. And the Hawks have a transition opportunity, but they don't have numbers, so Robertson is smartly going to pull the ball back out and set up the half-court set. Bucks in the half-court offense. Looking to cut into the lead, they go inside once again to Alcindor. Alcindor pump fakes, shoots the sky hook and buries it. And he's fouled on the play by Bridges.
From Macklemore.
That is 5 team fouls on Atlanta, and from this point forward, Milwaukee will be in the bonus. Alcindor looking to complete the 3-point play. He gets it to go, and the lead has quickly been cut to 3. So the first line for Milwaukee is refreshed and raring to go, and already they have cut the lead from 9 down to 3. Maravich comes off a screen, sets his feet, fires from the perimeter, no good. Battle for the rebound controlled by McLaughlin, and the Bucks will have another shot to cut into this lead. Robertson brings it into the front court, works it around the perimeter. They get it over to McLaughlin on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. McLaughlin pulls the trigger. No, he fakes. He gets it to Dandridge inside. Dandridge's rainbow shot is no good. Macklemore comes away with the rebound and is taken away by Bellamy. So the Hawks dodge a bullet on that play and continue to hold a slim 3-point lead with the basketball in their possession, and now under 3 minutes to go on the game clock. 14 on the shot clock. Hazard swings it over to Hudson. Hudson working inside against McLaughlin, not where he wants to be. But with 4 on the shot clock, Hudson's going to be forced to pull the trigger. Actually, he dishes it out to Maravich, and Maravich buries it.
Maravich scores from Hudson.
Maravich with the jump shot and the foul on the play on Alcindor, and what a turn of momentum that was. It looked like Hudson couldn't get out of his own way as he was caught in the lane, but he found Maravich streaking to the open spot on the perimeter. Maravich buries the jump shot, draws the foul on Alcindor, and goes to the free throw line with a chance to stretch the lead back to 6. And that is huge. Both teams now in the bonus. Maravich at the free throw line, but he missed it. Maravich couldn't get the free throw to go down, but he will have the bonus now on this 2 to make 1. And Maravich hits the bonus shot, and the Hawks go back out on top by 6. Milwaukee still has work to do. They get it inside to Dandridge. Working down low against Hudson. Shoots from close range, no good. Dandridge has gone cold. And a runtime error on the play. So with 2:45, we're going to have to reset things. This is Atlanta at Milwaukee. And there's probably more than one of those in my directory. So we'll restart the game and see what happens here. Thank you all for bearing with me through more technical difficulties. This is our third technical glitch of the night. And again, I thank you all for supporting this ball game and great game here tonight. Very tightly matched. I was afraid this would be a blowout, but I wanted to see Milwaukee try and extend their 24-game winning streak. And let's see if we can get this one back up and running. This is Atlanta at Milwaukee. Okay. And let's see where we're going to pick up. 2:45 to play. Hawks by 6. Bucks with possession of the basketball. I don't know if that's exactly where we left off, but the Bucks have 24 seconds on the shot clock. Oscar Robertson at the helm. He looks inside to Alcindor on the mismatch against Maravich. They swing it around to Dandridge, back to Robertson. Robertson has to call his own number, but from the outside he hits the jump shot, and he's fouled on the play by Walt Hazzard. Oh my goodness, this is 3 times in a row that we've had the and ones, and we'll see if Robertson can connect on the free throw. He hits it, and once again we're down to a 3-point game, 2.5 to go. Atlanta with the lead and the basketball. Hazzard deliberately running the offense. Gets it down low to Bridges. Bridges working inside against Greg Smith. Can he convert from the low post? No, he walked. Bridges turns it over. Basketball back to Milwaukee with a chance to cut further into this lead. What a comeback by the first unit. They look inside to Alcindor, now working against Bellamy. He's their go-to guy. His one-hand runner is good. And it is now a 1-point game with 2 minutes to play. Hawks with the lead and the basketball. They work the perimeter. They get it to Hazzard. Hazzard dribbles into the front court, passes to Maravich. Maravich swings it to Bridges, back to Hazzard. 6 on the shot clock. They're going to look to Maravich. From the outside, drives to the basket, pump fakes. Shot by Bellamy is no good. Boozer with the rebound. The Bucks have been very effective in this fourth quarter and throughout the second half of keeping the Hawks off of the offensive glass. Robertson's going to bring it up slowly. Bucks with a chance to take the lead. They've led on very few occasions here tonight. But they have the chance with 1.5 minutes to play to take the lead when it counts the most. 15 on the shot clock as Robertson resets the offense. Looks inside to Alcindor. Alcindor is called for the offensive foul. Oh my goodness, what a play. Fine defense by Bellamy. Bellamy has been a defensive stud tonight with the block shots, and on that play, he drew the offensive foul on Alcindor, and that is huge. With 1:15 to play, the Bucks missed the opportunity to take the lead. Hawks now once again with the lead and the basketball as we enter the game's final minute. Maravich works outside against McLaughlin. They swing it around to Bellamy. Bellamy comes off the screen. He's got a mismatch down low. Can he convert over the smaller defender? No, it's stolen by Oscar Robertson. What a defensive play by Robertson. Both teams coming up big on defense. The Bucks now have the numbers with Robertson leading the break, 4-on-1. Robertson to Alcindor. Alcindor missed the layup. Alcindor missed the layup, and Bellamy took the rebound for Atlanta. Oh my goodness, a 4-on-1, and the Bucks could not convert. 48 seconds to play now as Hazzard is going to bring it up slow. looking to put a nail in the coffin of the Bucks' winning streak. 16 on the shot clock, 40 on the game clock. Hazard swings it over to Maravich. Maravich is going to attack the glass. He's had good success driving tonight. Less than 3 seconds to shoot. He dumps it off to Hazard. Hazard takes a jump shot, no good. Bellamy with the offensive rebound. Oh my goodness, a huge offensive rebound, and the Hawks can just about kill the clock on this one. Bellamy is going to pass the ball out to the perimeter. And the Bucks with a fresh 24. The shot clock has now been turned off. And the Bucks are going to have to foul as Atlanta tries to burn some clock. They burn it down to 22. They're going to hold the ball with Hazard. The ball is loose. Maravich is dribbling out the clock, and he's grabbed by Smith. And Maravich will get 3 to make 2 on this opportunity as the Hawks are in the bonus. My goodness, what a dramatic last minute of play. Lou Alcindor missing the layup that could have given the Bucks the lead. The Hawks could not convert on their possession, but Walt Bellamy with a huge offensive board to maintain possession for the Hawks and give them the chance to run out the clock. And it's now Maravich with 3 to make 2, 80% free throw shooter on the season. His first free throw is good. This next one, if he makes one of these next 2, that's going to be huge, as Milwaukee is going to be forced to try and shoot quickly and dive into this lead. It is now a 3-point game with 20 seconds to play. And the Hawks are going to try no fouls. Milwaukee is going to be forced to take a quick shot. They're going to dump it into Alcindor. He's their go-to guy. Trailing by 3. Alcindor can't get the shot off. They whip it around to Dandridge. Dandridge misses the jump shot. Robertson with the rebound. He passes it back out. You may not select pass with the quick option turned on. So they're going to dump it down to Alcindor for the quick shot. Lobs it into Alcindor, tough in the clutch. He gets it to go, nothing but net.
Lou Alcindor from Dandridge.
And with 15 seconds to play, it's back to a 1-point lead. Milwaukee's going to have to go steal or foul. Atlanta inbounds the basketball. 5 seconds to play. They look to hold the ball with Hazard. McLaughlin grabs his jersey. Hazard will shoot 2, and we're down to 3 seconds to play. Hazard, a 76% free throw shooter, steps to the line and knocks the first one down. 96-94, Milwaukee's going to need a miracle. As Hazard misses the second. He's got the bonus coming up here. Rebounded by Smith on the play. That must have just been a 2 to make 1. Can Milwaukee get a shot off? Robertson
Final
takes it into the
score,
front court, throws it up.
96,
Game is over.
Milwaukee 94.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans here at the Epic Basketball League Finals. The Epic Basketball League Semifinals. The Gold Tier Playoffs, and we have seen Milwaukee take their first loss of the year after 24 wins to start the season. And Atlanta has pulled even in this series 1-1, and this series is going to go back to Atlanta, and Atlanta's got a chance to have the next 2 games on their home floor and pull the ultimate upset if they can pull out this series. But what a great performance by the Atlanta Hawks. Walt Bellamy only scored 13 points, but 7 block shots, 13 rebounds, including a clutch rebound in the game's final minute on the offensive boards that allowed the Hawks to kill the clock and win the game from the free throw line. As it was a valiant effort coming back by Milwaukee in the fourth quarter, but they just didn't quite have enough. The miss on the layup by Alcindor on the fast break was a huge break against Milwaukee. And Atlanta had those two big plays that they needed to pull the upset. 33 points for Lou Alcindor. What a great performance by a great player, but he could not get the final shot to go to put his team back in the lead, and that was the deciding moment in the game. Dandridge only 8 for 19 from the field after a hot first half, finished with 23, 14 for McLaughlin. Robertson 8 points, 8 assists for Milwaukee as the Bucks go down to defeat for the first time this season. Give all the credit in the world to Atlanta. We called out Bellamy and his solid performance. 28 points for Pistol Pete Maravich, 24 for Lou Hudson. Lou Hudson logged 45 minutes of game action, 10 for 20 from the field, 5 assists to go with his 24 points. And clutch free throw shooting by Maravich down the stretch iced the game for Atlanta and allowed them to pull the upset. Fans, thank you for coming out tonight. I am just so grateful that all of you were here. Subscribe, like, check us out on Sports Simulations and Replays. And thank you, Al, for the word for friends of the channel. Thanks to our Red Sox fan for being here tonight. Tabletop Sports Delaware. Great to see you in the stadium here tonight. Clinton Parks, thanks for coming. I know Dave Gardner made a cameo here tonight. Retro Sports Network was here earlier in the night. Ron Juckett, always a pleasure. And thanks again to everybody for a great night of action. All right, everybody, we're done here. Thanks for checking us out tonight. Wrestling tomorrow on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network as the Falls Count Anywhere showdown between Ric Flair and Magnum TA is live on YouTube, and you won't want to miss that. So for Dave Little and for the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks and everyone here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, that's our show, and I am out of here.